All right. All right. So, on our topic today, we're going to be talking about Hello Flutter app. Yes, by the end of this section, you'll have a Flutter app for the Android platform displaying a greeting message in languages. This app will display text in English and Spanish. Refresh icon in the top right corner. Display text will be centered on the middle of the screen. Okay, so learning goals. By the end of the section, you have basic understanding of Flutter app development. So just cover these topics and then build something so that you can have the understanding and then do your tasks and submit. All right, so let's get started. I'm going to bring up my VS Code from where we stopped last time. Okay, so this is basically, let's see. I'll bring this up by the side. I should adjust this. Okay, all right. So, now there's something I'm going to show you because I believe most of you already have this app created. I already showed you how to create an app. But first of all, let's see what's Flutter. Flutter is an open source SDK to develop cross-platform applications developed and maintained by Google. All right, so, and Flutter apps are written in that language, of which we actually started with that first. Okay, so one thing you should understand about Flutter is that it's a complete framework, yes, which provides UI, that's user interface rendering and widgets, state management, hardware APIs, navigation, and testing. Okay, so how does Flutter help a developer? It helps with developer productivity while maintaining low development cost. All right, like single code base, all right, or code sharing. You build once, you deploy everywhere. Yes. Then you have Flutter widget library, which makes it easier to provide seamless look and feel on multiple platforms. Okay. Then it's great for custom designs too, as well. All right. So when the app is generated, you need to let's see. Let me remove all these. Close all. Okay. Now you come to Android folder. This Android folder, then because the setup now is actually kind of different compared to previous versions. Yes. So you come to Android folder, you look at this very build here. Okay. Before this used to be build.gradle. Yes, but now it has .kts, more like Kotlin. All right. So you click on app and you click on build.gradle.kts. So if you notice, there's 1, 2, so, but they are different files, the program inside are actually different, okay, or the setup. Now this one contains plugins, okay, and here you have Android namespace. This is actually the name of the application. Yes, Flutter compile SDK version. This one reads it from your laptop device. Then Java version 11. Okay. Then this. So this one is actually intact. Now let's go to Gradle folder. properties. Now, you come here, when you create a new project, Flutter project, here will be 8.12. Okay, something like this. So what you do is change it to 5. Okay, and then save. You can save by clicking Control S, or you can make it to save, auto save. All right. So that's one. Then secondly, you come down to settings.gradle.kts. And then this version here, of course, this version was not this way. So I think here was 2.1.0, but this should be replaced 2.0.21. All right. So you can work with 2.1, you can work with 2.0. All right. So whichever one works. Then this one 8.3.2. Yes. I think what you have is 8.7.3. Yes. So I had to bring it down. All right. So that your app can actually start and run. So that's the only settings you're doing. Now go to your main, and then let's run this. Although when it comes to building a project at first, it's likely to take time. All right, so we're going to create a simple Hello Flutter app. Yes, just to get the basic understanding of Flutter app development. Okay, so that's it, and let's see that this one builds. Now, there's what we call the anatomy of Hello of a Flutter app. Okay. The first version of the app consists of parent screen. Okay, and then text in the middle of the screen. So one thing I need you to understand is also that in Flutter, everything is a widget. Yes, everything is a widget. That means the screen on which text is rendered is a widget. The text itself is widget as well. Okay. Yes, just like you have this. It's a widget. It's a widget. App bar is a widget. Background color, title, text. So everything is a widget when it comes to Flutter. All right. Then this, you see material app. Let's go up. Okay, material app. This material app widget is what you see as a black screen when when it's about to actually come up. All right, it's a black screen. This material app widget is what you see as a black screen. All right, then a text widget holds the actual string. A text widget holds the actual string. Okay. Then now, if maybe like you're wondering what is really a widget, a Flutter widget is an immutable object. Okay. All right, it's building. Yeah, this black screen. That's it. That material app is responsible for this. Okay. So this very main file is what is being displayed on this screen. We have Flutter demo homepage. where do you see that? Here, Flutter demo. Okay, this Flutter demo homepage, this title here. Okay, that's what is displayed here. Then here it says you have pushed the button this many times. There's a button here. This is a floating button. Okay, now let's go there and see. This text, you have pushed the button this many times. All right, so this is actually a counter. It's a counter. So if I should click this button, you have pushed the button this many times. That is one time. If I click again, 2 times. If I click 3, like that, continuously, I keep clicking. Now, what's responsible for this floating button here? Here, you see it. Floating action button, floating action button. This is a widget. And inside of this bracket are arguments on pressed when the button is pressed. That's what you have here. Increment counter. Now, this increment counter is like calling, all right, a method. Let me here. This method, void increment counter set state. This call to set state tells the Flutter framework that something has changed in this state, which causes it to rerun the build method below so that the display can reflect the updated values. If we change the counter without calling set state, then the build method will not be called again, and so nothing will appear to happen. Okay, so this is what it's calling. That's the method. Then tooltip, increment, okay, icon, this plus icon, that's what you have there, icons.add. If I should change it, let's say home, I think it should be home. All right, I've changed it to home, but it doesn't reflect yet. That is where the reload button comes in here, save and hot reload. So when you click on hot reload, what happens? It reloads and this home icon reflects here. Okay, so now this trailing comma makes auto formatting nicer for build methods. All right, so that's it about this app. Okay, so this whole code base or source code here is just this particular screen here. All right, this is your entry point as usual. All right, so and then let's move further. Now, okay, I was talking about widget. Widget is an immutable object that describes a specific part of a user interface. A specific part, this specific part, this specific part, this specific part, this specific part is a widget. All right. Now, widget is at the root of the app. The material app widget is at the root. Okay, you can see it's already indicated here. Now, this material app is the core widget that provides access to other useful Flutter elements needed to build an app. Okay, so definitely these are like very important things. Okay, then incoming call from Collins identified by 3. Sorry about that. Okay. So with this now, you have a basic understanding of how Flutter apps are structured. Okay, so now let's look at, I made mention of the Android folder. I'll just quickly give you details about it quickly. This folder contains native Android code, including Android manifest.xml. Okay, then you have the library folder, which is this. This folder contains all .dat files. This very folder, it contains all .dat files. Now, this is a shared code across all platforms like iOS, web, desktop, and embedded devices. Although we're only focused on the Android platform. Okay, then you have the test folder. Now, this folder contains all unit testing classes. All right, so then PubSec.yaml. This is the dependency management and configuration file for the Flutter application. Now, I just pointed out the very 4 important folders that you actually be relating with. The others you don't really need. This README is like something you just write a description of the app, maybe when somebody wants to work on the app alongside with you. Okay, so I just listed just 4: Android folder, the library folder, the test folder, and the PubSec.yaml folder. Okay. Okay, so we've already run this now. Let's see. If we start building something. Because I want to clear this off. Okay. I mean, there's so many things out here that I would say I can't really start explaining all of them. You know, will not really do so much. So let me clear this off. I'm gonna take this. Let's see. Guys from states. Blah blah blah. Okay, so page. Oh. Take this one off. Okay. Okay. Let me leave this one. Take out this cross. All right. This. Okay. Now this is stateful widget, but we're not starting with that. Yeah. Just going to. There's a way to actually change this. So let's see. Let's name this file. Flutter. Yeah. Um, okay. All right. Create this so that everything looks okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, mm, so now we have a material app that is ready to be run. Okay. But then in this place, let me just put yeah, scaffold. I'll just put center body other. Center. Okay. Then this works. So I'm going to save. All right. So now when I save, automatically it's rebuilt. I didn't really have to come here because I already have autosave. Okay, so when I click Control S, it rebuilds. That's the reload button. This save and hot reload. This one restarts the app completely. Like when you see that first black screen before the main screen, this very particular screen, this is what does it. This one stops the application from running. Okay, so that's what you need to understand about this. Now, what we have here is that this material app, of course, you have this here. This is a title, Flutter demo. This is a theme, all right? A theme for the app. Now, if you notice, there's no navbar at the top. This one, this Hello Flutter app, extends stateless widget. We have a scaffold, this entire body here. Inside the scaffold, you have a body. This is the body. I introduced a center widget. Now the center widget has a child with a text widget. And this text widget is holding a string. Hello, Flutter. This is a string inside the text. Now, in this text, there's an argument of style. You can style this hello text. You can see deep purple. I can actually change this and let's say use light blue, or let's say green. All right. The font size 24. Can increase this, let's say 30, and then hot reload. You have a text there. Okay, so this is for a center widget with text, all right, and styling. Now let's move on to save area widget. Okay. Now, save area widget provides padding around each child to avoid overlapping with operating system level operations like the status bar at the top of the screen. Okay. Now, without save area widget, okay, let's say, let me bring that in. If I should have this. This save area. Okay. Now you notice something. Hello Flutter is now appearing at the top. Okay. Remember what I said earlier about save area? It provides padding around each chart to avoid overlapping with operating system level operations, like the status bar at the top of the screen. Now, I've removed the center widget, and that's why you have it over here. The text glued at the top left corner of the screen, you see it, and it's almost hidden, right, by the operating system status bar, because this is where your status bar is. Now, notice that the text widget is overlapping with the operating status system status bar. So this save area widget provides the proper identification around widgets to avoid such overlapping. Okay, so let's see. If I should remove this. You don't see anything. So if I should bring that save area, bring it back. You notice that the text is provided padding automatically. And just aligned right below, okay? Just right below. So this save area produces like a padding, okay, around this text widget. But if you don't have that, if you remove it, if you want to remove it, you right click, no, just point at it, move on to this yellow, come down here, I remove this widget, reload, you see it. Then to turn it back, Control Z, and then Control S, it brings it back. So that's for save area widget. Now, you're already seeing scaffold here. Now, this scaffold widget provides the basic material design visual layout implementation for a material app. It acts as a single top-level container for most of the material apps. Yes, you're going to be needing this most of the time. Most of the time. Now, let's look at this. In this scaffold, you can have your app bar. Okay. Then app bar, you have app bar with this, then arguments. Now you see a list. These are a list of arguments that you can add to this app bar. App bar is meant to appear on the top of your screen. Okay. While the body is the main content of the page. All right. So the main content of the page goes into your body. So let's do this. Let's say we'll give it a title. When I click tab, because when AI actually brings this up, I just click tab and it makes it written. So instead of this, let's say my Flutter app. Okay. So want the app bar to have a title. Okay. This is the name that's given to the title. Now, if I should save, what happens? You see my Flutter app. So this is the app bar. Anything you do within the app bar stays at the top of your screen before the body. You see that this hello text is within the body. All right. While this one. All right. So now let's take, for instance, there's also, we have, you can also add leading. The leading, what does this do? This lets us put an action icon or text in the top left part of the app bar. Okay, so let's say we're using this menu icon or home, and okay, this one still works. And I click this. Now you see this icon leading, meaning it's taking the lead. All right, it's taking the lead. So on the left, you can place this icon here with the text next to it. Now, this icon widget is used to show the home icon or the menu icon or whatever kind of icon. All right. This icon widget. This icon is a widget. Text is a widget. App bar is a widget. Scaffold widget. Save area widget. Text widget. Okay. But what you have inside the brackets are arguments or strings. Icons.menu is an argument. You can change this. If you want to bring up a list of icons, when you click dot, it should bring down a drop down of many icons that you can see. Just as you hover, you see many of them in displays here. If your network is very fast, when you hover at each one, it displays here. So you have so many of them, so many. All right. So many of them, depending on what you're looking for. If you're looking for, let's say, Facebook icon. You have a Facebook icon there, right? If you want any other social media, whatever, you see it there. So that's it for icons leading. Now, there's what we call actions. Okay, we have actions. Now, this property takes one or more widgets in an array. Okay, now each widget can either be standalone or provide a certain action in response to the user's tap. Yeah, now let me reload, hot reload, and you see this is search icon. This is a notification icon. This is more VAT icon. Just like the way you see on your apps, some apps that you're familiar with, you use daily. You see the search icon, you see the notification. Yeah. So now you can have icon button, not just can have icon button. Now with an unpressed and the icon. That means, let's see, I'm going to, when I click Control I, can bring this in. And then same for the icon. Control I can have, these are all widgets, all right? But what you're placing here is icon. Have that. Now, it's saying invalid const value. Yes, you might actually experience that. But what you need to do is look at it. The values in const list literal must be constant. Try removing the keyword const from the list literal. From here, let's see. The error is gone. So it's not really like something really serious. So that's it. Now, if I should reload, I should have the settings icon. Now, this settings icon, if you notice, it's clickable because it's a button. Yes, but it's just that I've not assigned or put a function or a method to call so that it displays maybe an option of settings, okay, or what to change or to edit. All right, so that's it. Is this one? Okay. All right. So this is an icon button. Of course, you can also have, I think there's a text button. You have text button. All right. A text so that when you click the text, all right, just like you have edit profile text. When you click edit profile text, it takes you to the next screen. All right. So now this on press, like I said, takes in a method. All right. So you just call the method by clicking, and that's it. Okay. So these are, okay, we already talked about the center widget. The center widget, it centers your text. Okay. And the body centers the text. That's what it does. Now, if you notice, although you might not really be seeing it well, there's a banner here. what is responsible for that is this. Normally, when you create a Flutter app, there's usually a banner, a debug banner. Now, in order to remove that, you just come here, either after home or before home, and then debug show check mode banner false. Okay, so before to load, it takes it out. It's gone. It's hidden. If your device is a very large screen device, definitely you see the banner very well. It's quite obvious. Now, let's learn about two types of Flutter widgets. Okay, two types of Flutter widgets. Even though everything about Flutter is widgets, but they are just two types, which are stateless widgets and stateful widgets. Okay, this one even gives you a description. A stateless widget is a widget that describes part of the user interface by building a constellation of other widgets that describe the user interface more concretely. All right. So these are actually maybe things you can read as you are building. You just hover and you see. Okay, there's some things you hover and you just see. Build context, a handle to the location of a widget in the widget tree. So you read on and like that. Gradually, yeah. So, but let me make it simpler for you. A stateless widget is immutable. Now, once it's created, it can be changed. Okay? It doesn't preserve its state. Stateless widget is drawn only once, and it cannot be redrawn at a later time. Okay? Now, what I mean by that is that this here is static. There's nothing to click or update. It's just like when you open a mobile app. The first screen or the text you see on the screen, on the home screen or dashboard, remains the same even after logging out of the app, or you close the app, you resume the app again, it's still the same thing you see. There's no change. Okay, there's no change. But let's move on to, let's say, for instance, okay, I'll make an example of that. Let's do a container widget. All right, so if I'm going to take this off, I'm going to take this off and do container. This is a container widget. Okay. Now the container widget is created in a stateless manner. Okay. Let's just say we have Pardon. Page. Let's give it a 20. Now this is padding. All right. This all means left, right, center. Okay. Left, right, up, down, padding. Okay. Then you have let's say child, and then bring in column. Of course, we'll definitely get to this. This column will have children. Okay. Once I click enter, it just brings up the, okay. Now in this column, let's see, I'll be going too far if I'm going with this, but I just wanted to make you understand about that. When it comes to stateless widgets, there's no change, right? Now for stateful widgets is mutable. It keeps track of the state. It rebuilds several times over its lifetime. An example was the first template that was displayed, where I had to click a floating button here. Then you notice that the text was stable, but the counter was changing. So it was stateful widgets keeps track of changes. When I click the button, okay, there's a change indicating that, okay, a button was clicked. How many times was that button clicked? Once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5th time, the 6th time, like that. So it tracks changes. It keeps track of the state. It rebuilds several times over its lifetime. Okay. So that is it about stateful widget. For example, an example of stateful widget is a checkbox. When you're filling a form, then you see terms and condition. Do you accept our terms and condition? If yes, you click the checkbox, it ticks. That's stateful widget. That's an example of stateful widget. Okay. Then when you click it again, it changes. It becomes unclicked. The checkbox becomes empty. That's an example of stateful widget. All right. So like checkbox keeps a state whether a checkbox is checked or not. Same for radio button. All right. Radio needs to remember its state, if it's selected or not. Text field, when you enter a text, for example, your name. Okay, so I'm just giving examples of stateless widgets and stateful widgets. All right, so understand the difference. The text field widget enables users to type in text. That means it needs to keep track of what the user has already typed. How is it that when you enter a text, your name, you sign up, and then when you log in on the home screen, you now see your name saying hello name. If your name is David, hello David, hello Josephine, hello Shagun, like that. That's example of stateful widget. All right. So now let's do something. This is okay. In these children, this for stateless widget. You can have text. Okay. You have text, and then with your string, let's say hello Flutter. This styling, of course, you can have more. Okay, when you click Control I, you can add background color, decoration, and font family, font size. So you can add a whole lot. These are arguments for styling. All right. So then put a comma here. When you click Shift Alt F, it arranges your code, your source code, so that it aligns properly. All right. So if you find out that you're not actually experiencing that, then you need an extension called Prettier. Yes, you can do that. So now after this text, you can add, let's say, you can add, okay, size box of height. Let me give it 10. Okay, this creates a spacing between. All right. Then you can have, of course, another text. Okay. And then welcome to your first Flutter app. Okay. Then if you want to add style, you come here. All right, you have style, or you can click Control I. You can see what you can actually add. Text align and all of that. All right, so that's it. And apart from text, let's say now you can put an image widget, or let's say people have image dot assets. Okay, and then for this one I'm taking a string. Okay, although we don't have an image yet, so let's go create a folder. So come here and call it asset. That's asset folder. All right. So inside this asset folder, you can create subfolders and say this one is image folder, and then click asset, create icon folder. All right. So you're having these folders inside assets. This is where you place icons, this is where you place images. All right. Then you go to your POSEC, your YAML, and let's uncomment this. All right. So now, according to what you created, we have assets, then we have icon. Okay. Then we have images, so we have image. It doesn't exist. Assets. Why? Okay. Assets. Asset. Okay. Image. Have assets. Building. Doesn't exist. Why? Or is it because there's no image yet in it? But it's supposed to. Okay, let's do this. Let's see. Okay, this is. Yeah, asset. Okay, all right. Spelling must be very accurate. Too much. I think I was having S on the end. That's why. All right. So when you do that, you can see that automatically built because it auto saves. All right. But if my setting was not set to auto save, I'll have to Control S to save it, and then the the YAML POPSEC, the YAML file is updated. All right. Okay. So this. To add assets to your application, add an asset section like this. You see it. That's what you see here. Now, let's say you want to add picture to this folder. How do you do that? You right click. Okay. Then you say review in Explorer. This is your folder. Now, this folder is being tracked from my DAT file to the Flutter app, first app, Flutter application asset. You see, so that's like the fastest way to go about it. Then let me say I open another Explorer or Windows 8 rather. Why doesn't that work? Okay, yeah. So I'll go to images or pictures and see what I can add. Here's something I can add here. Saved, screenshots, entry page. Let me see. I just need the pictures, screenshots. There's nothing I can pick. Okay. Let's see. A quick one. No, there should be. There should be. Let me go to. I'm just picking up this files. Window class. Stop. Set. Icon. Okay. Okay. Let's look at Google. Yes, we SVG. Image. Okay. I think I can pick these two. Okay, and take it to that particular folder. Right. Okay, so I'm going to put one here. I'll put the watch here and then carry this one, put it in icon. Okay, and then of course you can close this. Then you notice that you now have your notification. It's reflecting here. You have your image. It's reflecting here. So we have watch.png notification.git. All right, so now let's get back to the main file, and then we're going to bring in this. So let's say you have asset slash image slash watch. Okay, dot png. This is string, okay, but if you notice, when I hover, it's in the picture. All right, that is this very one here. So I had to start from asset, image, and then the name of the image. All right, so this image asset. All right, so let's see. If we do this, this might actually, okay, the picture is not so large, so I think if we watch reload, let's see what we get. Unable to load assets. Okay. The reason for this is because I need to restart. I need to restart. It throws an error and then it paused. Okay. You see, you can actually continue. So I need to actually restart because this text updates, you're welcome to your first Flutter. That's because you just added files. So the app has not fully recognized it. So hit restart and wait for it to restart. Yeah, what's happening? Still showing error. Unable to load asset. Okay, okay. Well, This doesn't do it. Closed box. This I said not found. Moving by asset not found. Okay. Oh, the starting doesn't do it, then well, it's supposed to, at least. This is serious. Why am I encountering this? Stop and then reload. Start again. Okay, so let's see if it actually works this time. Because as long as you can be able to see the image when you hover, then it should see it. It should see it. Let's wait for it to pick up. All right, so now this is stateless. Now let's, while that is cooking up, we can have stateful widget. In creating a stateful widget, fail to bundle asset files. Okay, no file variant found in asset icon. And it's coming from here. Asset. This is strange.
Hello, sir. Can I suggest something?
Okay.
I think you have to put the parts of the image in the assets side. So the assets slash image should have slash the name of the image, like watch.png. And I think maybe the icon is saying that it's not found or something like that.
As long as you can actually see. Oh, use the asset here. This is serious. Like, let's see.
Yeah, so just try and add the image, like the image slash watch.png in the pub spec.
Oh, wait, okay. Asset slash image. But even still at that, it's supposed to pick because there are going to be like several files or images. So several files or images. So are you going to be writing asset or this, down, down, down? No, it will just, the asset file doesn't exist. Of course, it does exist. Of course, it does exist. But then, just like this, it should be able to pick. Because you're going to be having multiple files, multiple of them. And when you have it just like this, it just, let's see. I think that's it to do. Okay. Let's try and see if this works. Here's something that's supposed to just work fine. Okay, let's wait for it to load. Now, if we're going to be handling stateful widgets, this stateless will no longer be stateless, but convert to stateful. All right. So another way you can do that is when you actually type STF, and then you have Flutter, and you click enter. It just creates a stateful syntax. What is it trying again? Oh, okay. It was running. I went to type. Okay. Let's do this. All right. So let's see. It's not detecting. It's not detecting. What's wrong? Target debug failed. The session failed to bundle asset files. Why is it failing to bundle asset files? Why? Is there something I'm missing in this? Yeah, this is serious. It's critical. Let me try. Fail. If I should go to my main. And then to fix this and see what is really happening. Because surely I don't need any package or dependency for this. No, I don't. Let me see, I know that. This is 1216. I need to quickly get them to more things. Although your assignment is basically on stateless widgets. Okay. Come on. All right. Cool. Let's see. We wanted, okay. should do this. Some photo, then the radius of D C. Okay, set image name, set this. Set, okay. The image is not being displayed because I commented this out. So let's see. Okay. Let's see what happens. Okay, let's comment this too. There's the bulk console. So we have this. Something missing. Missing. It's gotta be a way to go about this. This is the board. This. This. Oh, okay. Slash. Mm. Should work now. Should. Demo file. Okay. So something I'm missing here. No. Oh, okay. Section cover image resources and image load assets. This. I just loaded it. So if I should do a set, okay, this one, set image. Okay. All right. So here, what was missing was that forward slash. Yes, that forward slash like looks out for more image icons, so that when you add more icons or images, it looks out for them and picks the particular one. All right. This way it ends here. Okay, but anyway, there's a better way to manage pictures. It's just that I've been using the more like advanced method, so and left these other methods. But just for your learning, you need to just know this, how it works. All right, so here is a second avatar and radius of 50. Okay, the background image I set, this is a background image, all right, with the picture. Although the picture is not really bright, and the reason for it not being bright because it's PNG and was downloaded with a low quality. On your Figma, when you want to download an asset, when you click, let me see, probably I can use that example. We should have an example somewhere here. Let's see. Okay. So while that is loading, we'll get back to it. And then you can add other properties or in here, you can have child, widget, foreground, and so on and so forth. Okay, so, okay, I think it's opened. So let's say you want to get something like this. All right, you come to the right side, you see the size of it, click export. Preview to see, this is it. Then here, you change it to 4 times 4, and then click download. Then your Explorer opens where you want to place this particular image, or you can switch to SVG. SVG downloads it like a written CSS code file like that. Yes, so you can use between SVG or PNG. That's how this works. So let's get back to all right, so this for stateless widget. There's nothing you're changing here, it just remains. Okay, so of course there are other things you can add. Let's say sure, we can have a row. We'll have a row. We want to place things like, let's say, children. Yeah, you have children. Inside it, you can have icon, then icon dot, let's say, base. Then you can give it spacing or sized box, depending on sized box, or let's say height 10. Okay. Then you can add another icon. Then icon sign icons dot bell. Okay, we see there's no bell. Let's do oh. So what does this do? Now there's a difference between this and this. This is under a column widget. A column widget, and this is a row. So the difference between a column and row is that column is vertical, just like you have all of this text written like this, while row is horizontal, this way. from left to right, vertical from top to the bottom, okay? Up, down, horizontal, left to right. So for each of these icons, if we had to place them, of course, you can also bring in a text and say text. Yeah. You say okay, name, right? Save. All right. So it's on a row from left to right. Now you want to create padding on this. You can come here and say wrap with padding, and then give it, let's see what happens, 8. Yeah, let's give it a more, say 20. Let's see what that does. Okay. Now the padding is creating a padding between the left, the top, the bottom, and so you can probably do only, and then come in here and say on the left, do see it. It just created a padding here, 50, moving it to the right. Now at the top and at the bottom, there's no padding. That's why it went up. You can also introduce, let's say, top, okay, and give it 40. Okay, so you see this padding. Padding creates spacing around your widget. Okay, even though padding too is a widget. Okay, so or around the icon widget, the text widget. So same for column. Remember, this is a container. Okay, so this is actually inside a container. You can also wrap this in padding. Okay, so let's give this, let's say 16. But reload, yeah. So, but if you want something at the center, like we did before, use a center widget and it just centers it here. All right, so we can have all of that. So let's see, for instance, let's move to stateless widget. All right, so I'm going to connect this and then create a stateless widget, STF. I'm supposed to want to name it. Okay, hello Flutter app. That's what I did before. Hello. Remember, this can be actually any name. All right. Yeah, you have widget here. Okay. Now I'm using Control D to actually change everything at a time. All right. So just clear it off at the same time with hello. All right. So that's what I do. Control D, just that's on Windows. All right. So now click save. Now the reason why there's nothing is because there's a placeholder here. So there's no like a scaffold or whatever. Now let's try something. I want to try something with this state full widget. Now, remember, like I said, state full widget tracks change, right? Okay, so we have that. Let's bring in an up bar and then introduce in it a title, uh, text, see hello Flutter. Okay. Then let's give it a leading widget. Let's say icon, and then icons dot say home, and then let's say actions. Let's do actions. Okay, this, and then bring in a or an icon button. Let's do an icon button. Okay, so this Control I, this, and then put icon. And let's say icons dot refresh. Nothing like refresh here. Oh, okay. No. Icon. In the bracket here. Icons dot refresh. Yeah. Okay. Come out here. Shift Alt F. Okay. Everything is arranged properly. Now let's do a body. So the next thing we have is the body. Body retail central. Okay. Let me just reload this so that you can see. All right. So we have refresh, hello Flutter app, and then the leading icon. All right. You can also have leading text as well. Okay. So you can practice and play around it small. So let's do text. Center. Okay. This we're supposed to have a child. Text. Sheet. Okay. Let's do system. Let's see. No, I'll just leave it this way first. Now, I want to actually show you a greeting message. Okay, so let's bring in that and Flutter together. Okay, so now the unpressed property, this unpressed, okay, it's to define the behavior associated with a corresponding action item. Okay, yes. Now, if this property is set, then the callback will be called on the user's tab. If it's not set, then the action item is disabled. Now, we need variables to store the Hello Flutter message in both languages. So let's see how we can do that by declaring the two variables. Okay, now you want to declare variables, declare them here. We have final, either final or string, or let's say in English greeting. Okay. equals to hello. Okay. Then let's have so have final Spanish. That to use Spanish. Anyway, let's go ahead. Spanish greeting equals to, or assigned to rather. We have this. How do you say hello Flutter in Spanish? You can help me with that. Okay. Hello Flutter. Okay. Let's just put this and then this. This capital. Okay, so now we've declared two variables, all right, for each language. We have hello Flutter, and here we have hello Flutter. Okay, I don't know how to speak Spanish, so you're waiting for me to speak Spanish to you. I don't want to dash your hopes. All right, so let's see. Now we're going to come here and we're going to do final display text called do English. English greeting. Okay. Yeah. I think, yeah. Undefined name, English greeting. Why is that? We'll get that. We'll sort that out. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, I tell this. Of course, call this. Okay, this date. This was I think a constructor for this. Yeah. This can be used as an identifier. Okay. Right, we'll show it in blue like this. Please reflecting why is it not this final I was given a value when to declare, so it can be set to a new value. I'm supposed to be able to Final display text. Yeah. Let me see. Okay. Oh, select final string. Oh, okay. Oh, this is new. Okay. So instead of an equal to, then just display. Okay. Let's see what happens here. Introduce a late. So what happens if I take away this? Okay. Must be initialized. Okay. We initialize with a new. Okay. Initialize with late, then final. All right. So I'm going to come to this part. Yeah. Now this init state override. Init state is like when the app just starts, more like the beginning of a state. All right. So it takes in this display text with the widget of this greeting. Yeah. So now this one, this is actually like a method. All right. It's a method. Then this display text, we need to bring it into this place. Okay, it already did that. Because the reason why I left it, because if I had done that without, it would have been throwing an error, because why it needed this to come in, these variables to be declared, and then this method, and then put in here. So this method here is what we're going to call in this place. When we now click this button. Now, so on this button, when we click it, what should it do? We're going to have set state. Okay. And then display text. See, yeah, it's equal to display text. Now, this part is where we decide which English greeting it should do. Now, here's going to be English. Let's take English. Let's say English 18. We'll have this together. So set state, display text, display the strings. And we can hide that again. Okay. It will be initialized. We have this, we have this, English written. Where it's supposed to work. Then I do set English written or oh, okay. So then I have let me see here. Set state. Let's see. Because the display text, declare the method. Okay. Okay. What was I doing before? No, this is supposed to be this was different. Oh, since it's now introducing override, I've actually defined it here. inside here, then this here. This and kits. Oh, okay. So essentially, let's see. It's actually correct. This can be okay. Display text. English. Okay. Okay. Um, then we have Spanish. Oh, let's see how English and Spanish. So, okay. Um, and the file name display text. Okay. This one should be this is okay. So why is it not saying it? Okay. Smooth it. And can you recognize expression travel to practices around the comparisons? It's supposed to be like this question. And display text. Okay. So my shift key is really not, I have to press it very hard to get. Okay. All right. So we've done since date. Yeah. What's the error string? Things class cannot remove fields. Okay. Yeah. Restart instead. Okay. All right. Okay, so we have that. So what just happened now? Yes. Now, stateful widget uses the set state method to update the state of the widget. Okay. Now, variables updated in this method are allowed to change and trigger rebuilding widgets, which is this. All right. So we declared this variable that English greeting should be this and Spanish greeting should be this, and then set up a method string display text should be equals to English greeting. All right. Then let's see what happens if we click on the button, refresh. Nothing happens. Why? Because this is supposed to switch between either English or Spanish greeting. English greeting or Spanish greeting. Oh, all right. Yeah, set state. Display English greeting. Yeah. Oh, no. Display text. Okay. Let's remove this again. All right. We try to reload. This should work. Why is it not working? We have display text, and display text should be either English greeting or Spanish greeting. Yeah. It's something you might get in there. Display text equal to display text. Oh, okay. Of this. Mhm. Yeah, it's okay. English greeting, Spanish greeting. Okay. Hmm. There's something I'm actually not getting here. I should get it fixed in no time. Yes. I know there's supposed to be a method. Okay. If we have this from this display text, it's supposed to be declare the variable for English and Spanish. Let me try something. Have let's say true. Let's say so let's talk about the language. Okay, and then define set state here. So define set state here. Say English. Set state there. The button. Let's see, go to about this. I'm going to introduce the method here. Since we already have set state there, let me now wait for this here. Bring this to top page. Okay. Then the text of this text now is English. Okay. Let me see. Let's bring in variable. So, and then let's have one variable. This I have to use. Okay. All right. So we declared the boolean of is English equals true. Then created a method toggle language with a set state is English equals to is not English. Okay. Then called the method here on this press button, and then the text should display first hello Flutter. Then when you click the button, it changes to a Spanish text. Let's see. Let me save this.
Can you see? Yes, sir. Yes, so the system is able to tell us that the image that we pass, all the two images belongs to the same person. Then let's pass another image.
Okay. All right. So yeah, this works. Okay, this works. So I declared a Boolean variable is English equals true, or I assigned true to is English. Then created a method set state is English equals to assigned to is not English. So that is English and is not English because you have Spanish. All right. So here on the icon button, I clicked on, I called the toggle language, which is the method. All right. And then on the text, if it's English, then hello Flutter. If it's not English, from the set state, if it's English, then hello Flutter. If it's not English, then give us hello Flutter. And that's what you have here. So let me repeat that again. A hot reload. We see it when I refresh, when I refresh, when I refresh, it changes. I think let me make this bigger in a way. Let's see if I should make this. This down. This here, this job. Come down here. Text. Style. Okay. This style. Text style of color. We have this color properties. Um, I want to construct this thing. We don't got the time for that. Material accent color. really a lot of changes to this, to Flutter recently. So it's looking like, okay, follow dots. These colors, I was seeing this now. Okay. So is it like, okay, first supports, there's something I'm missing here. This thing somewhere. Okay, color start. Let's see, on, and then let's give it a font size 30. Then yeah, I think that should do. Okay, so when I click this, it triggers it. So this is the difference between stateless and stateful widgets. Yeah, though certain state is kind of how do I put it now? It has its advantages, it has its disadvantages. Yes, because when you start building apps and working with architectures, clean architecture, working with state management, there's how you actually go about separation of concern, where instead of having a set state here, rather you have like a controller. Yes, you have a controller that takes care of the logic. All right. So anyway, we'll get to that definitely. So this is 13:15. Yeah, and this class has to end. All right. Yeah. Cool. Well, actually far behind time. Okay, so with this, you should be able to go about your tasks. Remember, you're using stateless widgets. So I'm going to stop recording right now.